If you remove the Igbo from Nigeria's economy, entire markets would fall silent, supply chains would break, factories would shut down, and millions would feel the impact overnight. From the crowded lanes of Onitsha main market to the industrial backstreets of Nnewi, from Aba's humming workshops to Lagos' busiest commercial district, the Igbo presence is everywhere, often unseen, rarely acknowledged, yet absolutely indispensable. For decades, conversations about Nigeria's development have focused on oil, politics, and power blocks. But beneath the headlines lies a quieter force, a people whose influence is not driven by state patronage, but by enterprise, resilience, and self-reliance. This documentary is not about praise. It is about facts, measured contribution, documented systems, and real impacts. This is the story of what Igbos bring to the table in Nigeria. From spare part hubs in Nnewi to Nigeria's largest open markets, from oil-producing communities to manufacturing towns, the Igbos have quietly but decisively shaped modern Nigeria. This documentary examines what the Igbo truly bring to the table, not myths, not sentiments, but facts, systems, and measurable impact. Trade is the bloodstream of any economy, and in Nigeria, no ethnic group dominates internal trade as extensively as the Igbo. Across the country, from the far north to the deep south, Igbo traders form the backbone of distribution networks. They move goods from ports to villages, from factories to retail shelves, and from one region to another, often without government support or formal logistics infrastructure. Onitsha main market, located in Anambra State, is widely recognized as the largest open market in West Africa by volume of goods trade. Every single day, billions of naira worth of goods move through these markets. Electronics, building materials, food items, textiles, serving not just the southeast, but every region in Nigeria. In Lagos, Alaba International Market dominates electronics distribution nationwide. Ladipo Auto Parts Market supplies vehicle components to mechanics across Nigeria and West Africa. In Aba, Area Market drives local manufacturing and wholesale trade. These are not just isolated hubs, they are nodes in a nationwide Igbo-dominated supply web. The impact is profound. Prices are stabilized through competition. Goods remain widely available. Interregional trade flourishes. Employment is generated at scale. Nigeria's economy moves not just on oil, but on movement of goods, and the Igbo sits at the center of this movement. Igbo traders control over 60% of interregional trade networks in Nigeria. Major markets with Igbo dominance include Onitsha main market, West Africa's largest market by trade volume, Aba market, Alaba International Market, Ladipo or two-parts market, spare parts markets nationwide. Impact of Igbo businesses and trade in Nigeria: price stabilization, nationwide product availability, informal but highly efficient supply chains. Igbo businesses are mostly privately funded, family-backed, and cooperative-driven. No historical reliance on state subsidies, oil rents, federal patronage. This is why Igbo businesses thrive in every Nigerian city and even abroad. One of the most unique things that Igbos bring to Nigeria is indigenous capitalism. Igbo businesses are rarely born from state contracts. They are not built on oil rent. They do not depend on political connections. Instead, they are financed through family savings, community contributions, trade cooperatives, and personal risk. This model explains why Igbo businesses thrive even in hostile and unfamiliar environments. An Igbo trader can relocate to a new city, start with nothing, and within years build a thriving enterprise. This self-starting culture did not come by accident. After the Nigerian Civil War, Igbo people were stripped of properties, bank savings reduced to symbolic amounts, and entire communities economically erased. Yet, within a generation, they rebuilt from the scratch, not through handouts, but through enterprise. That culture of rebuilding has become one of Nigeria's greatest economic assets. While Nigeria struggles with industrialization, the Igbo quietly built their own. In Anambra State stands one of the most industrialized indigenous cities in Africa. Without colonial factories, without federal industrial estates, Nnewi entrepreneurs built auto parts factories, plastic manufacturing plants, motorcycle assembly lines, battery production companies. Companies like Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing prove that indigenous vehicle production is possible in Nigeria. Thousands of Nigerians are employed directly. Hundreds of thousands benefit indirectly. Aba is Nigeria's heartbeat of small-scale manufacturing. Shoes, bags, belts, garments, and leather goods. Products made in Aba are worn across Nigeria and exported across West Africa. This is not casual craftsmanship. This is industrial activity at SME scale. If Nigeria invested seriously in Aba's infrastructure, it could rival manufacturing clusters anywhere on the continent and across the globe. Contrary to popular belief, the Igbos are not outsiders to Nigeria's oil economy. Imo and Abia State are officially oil producing. Anambra State hosts significant gas reserves and emerging oil fields. Billions of dollars flow annually from Igboland into Nigeria's federation account. Yet, paradoxically, no functional seaport, no major federal refinery, limited oil-rented infrastructure. Despite contributing resources, the Southeast remains underserved, and yet economic activity continues. If oil is Nigeria's wealth, human capital is its future. And here, Igbo contribution is enormous. Across Nigerian hospitals, universities, banks, law firms, engineering firms, and tech startups, Igbo professionals are deeply represented. Education is not optional in Igbo society. It is expected. Families invest aggressively in schooling, often at great sacrifice. The result is steady supply of doctors, engineers, lawyers, accountants, ICT professionals. Nigerian professional workforce is stronger because of this culture. Perhaps the greatest Igbo contribution to Nigeria is not oil, not markets, not factories. It is a system, the Igbo apprenticeship system. Igbo boy. Young boys, sometimes teenagers, are taken in by established traders. For 5 to 7 years, they learn business discipline, customer relations, supply chain, risk management. At the end, they are settled with capital, inventory, and mentorship. This system has created millions of entrepreneurs without government intervention. It reduces unemployment, it spreads wealth, it sustains economic continuity. Many economists regard it as one of the most effective informal economic models anywhere in the world. The Igbos are Nigeria's greatest internal migrants. They live permanently in every state. They build homes where they work. They invest where they reside. Markets in Kano, shops in Lagos, industries in Port Harcourt, warehouses in Kaduna. This integration strengthens Nigeria's unity more than any political slogan. The Igbo do not isolate, they embed. Igbos live permanently in every Nigerian state, build homes, schools, and markets outside their homeland, invest where they reside, not just where they come from. The Igbos are Nigeria's greatest internal integrators. Igbo businesses form the tax backbone of many states. major contributors to transport unions, urban commerce, housing demands. Remove Igbo traders from Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, and commercial activity drops sharply. Imagine Nigeria without Igbo traders, Igbo manufacturers, Igbo professionals, Igbo transporters. GDP would shrink, unemployment would rise, innovation would slow, markets would weaken. Nigeria's resilience comes from diversity, and the Igbo are the critical pillar. What Nigeria loses without the Igbos: slower GDP rates, reduced internal trade, higher unemployment, weak SME sector, decline in innovation and risk-taking. If Nigeria truly wants economic growth, unity, and resilience, then understanding and empowering what the Igbo bring to the table is not optional. It is essential. Like if you believe Nigeria needs fairness. Subscribe for fact-based Nigerian documentaries. Share this video because truth must travel. The Igbos do not ask for dominance. They ask for fairness, infrastructure, opportunity. Despite war, marginalization, and neglect, they continue to contribute disproportionately to Nigeria's survival. Understanding what the Igbos bring to the table is not ethnic favoritism, it is economic truth. If Nigeria truly wants progress, it must recognize, protect, and empower every part of its engine, including the Igbo. If you found this documentary enlightening, like this video, subscribe for fact-based Nigerian documentaries, and share this story, because truth deserves a wider audience.